Hi everyone, this is T-Rex from BSO. I just wanted to walk you through a 4-planet clear, and these are the players that participate in the clear. So there was Ritresh, Nyklon, Puzzle Lover, and War Mage. Now, they're going to focus on this clump of planets on the top left-hand corner. And if you're new to R9, this clump would look really scary because there's a huge concentration of bombers in that corner, and it's pretty easy to die unless you know what you're doing. More experienced players will look at that and they'll think that's absolutely fantastic because you can clear an awful lot of planets quickly without having to use your battleships to transport far distances between planets. So that's super efficient. Now, the first thing you'll notice that the players do is they're going to target this batch of destroyers here that are coming towards the planets. And the reason why they do that first is to buy themselves time so they don't have to rush from planet to planet before the planet blows up, which is pretty effective. The next thing you'll notice is a battleship will come in and it will start the emping cycle to disable the ship so that the rest of the battleships can come and clean it up. Now, this is a very good emp, and the reason why it's good is it actually takes out both the bombers at the same time, which means that there won't be a hailstorm of bombs coming at the ships that are teleporting in. And you'll notice this play is actually really good. So it's an initiating ship, so it's got emp, and it knows that as you're going in and you're the person that's going to initiate the fire, you're going to take an awful lot of damage. So it also carries repair. So that means that if there are any stray sentinels or stray ships that are doing you damage while you're disabled, you won't die. So that's a really clever move. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit. The first planet is pretty much done. They're going to hit the second planet together as a team. Again, standard disables of Barry and Emp. There you go. The planet is emped. The bomber is disabled. The ships start to come in and clear out the rest of the enemy ships. Now, you notice back in Planet 1, there's 2 ships going to the planet. I've seen lots of inexperienced players go back right now, instead of focusing on 2, making sure they clear Planet 1 first, and that's a mistake. What you want to do is actually go to where your rest of the teammates are to concentrate your firepower so you can clean out that planet quickly, because you can always go back to Planet 1 and take care of the 1 or 2 odd ships. So they did the right and the smart thing, which is the most time efficient way to do it. Okay, so now they've cleared Planet 2, they're going to teleport in their transports to start loading up the first 2 ships, and they'll start focusing on Planet 3. Now, you notice that the first emp comes in, and it's going to direct the enemy ships towards the planet, and they've done this really good job of a 1-2 punch. So the first emp is targeting the enemy ships towards the planet, and then the second ship will emp the enemy ships once they're at the planet. So by the time the rest of the battleships come in, pretty much all of the enemy is disabled, which is fantastic. So they've done a great job. Now, the last planet is pretty simple because there's only 1 bomber in the corner. You'll notice 1 ship teleport at the bomber. Unfortunately, the barrier ran out. They've emptied all of the other ships, so they're not going to take any damage while they go in and start clearing those ships. And as the bomber gets close, the barrier is initiated, so it can't rain more damage onto your players as it's coming in. So that's a great way of crowd control. This whole team throughout the whole game do a really good job at coordinating crowd control, and you've seen that executed brilliantly. Okay, so that's pretty much 4 planets cleared. They're going to teleport in their transport ships now, load up, and then head home. One thing that I want to point out here, Nyklon does this really cool trick. You notice that there is a bomber that's in his adjacent sector, and ordinarily that would start shooting at the transports heading back to the warp gate. But here you'll notice that his miner is actually carrying a barrier which protects the transports as they're heading home, which is a pretty smart move. Okay, so that's a 4-planet clear. This is T-Rex from BSO. I just wanted to share this with you because 4-planet clears shouldn't be uncommon. They're relatively easy with good coordination and team play and communication. I get super frustrated with players who can't or won't do more than 2 players in an RS8. And it just frustrates me because they're actually not willing to put in the effort and actually play well. Cheers.